On December 30th, 2021, the suburban towns of Superior and Louisville, just south of Boulder, Colorado, were bracing for the first snowfall of the year. However, Mother Nature had a different idea, and the residents of those communities learned just how quickly a small grass fire can become the worst wildfire in Colorado's history. I'm MJ Benias, and this is The Breakdown. The towns of Superior and Louisville are not situated in an area prone to fires. However, a perfect storm of conditions arose that day, leaving local emergency crews and the people who live there with a devastating lesson. In the late morning and early afternoon on December 30th, the Marshall Fire, as it has come to be known, tore through the area.
It was ignited in some respect by human activity. No malice has been suggested. The spark or sparks was the product of something that was either human-created infrastructure or something that people were doing. My name is Erica Fleischman. I'm director of the Oregon Climate Change Research Institute and a professor at Oregon State University. The vegetation in the area was quite dry as a result of a long period of higher than normal temperatures and drought. And winds were extraordinarily high during the time period in which the fire started.
Combine that with the arid conditions, and suddenly a single spark or stray ember can wreak havoc.
There's just the reality that wherever you have humans, you are gonna have sparks. When you have 100-mile-an-hour winds, nothing is gonna stop a fire. I mean, just try to save people's lives.
At 10:30 a.m. local time, crews respond to a grass fire at North Foothills Road and Middle Fork Road.
All units responding to the Middle Fork fire. We're receiving 344.
Near the city of Boulder. Shortly after, additional units are sent to deal with the fast-growing flames. As Boulder County resources are busy dealing with the fire on Middle Fork Road, the region is dealing with increasing easterly winds.
The fire, it is on the east side of the road. I'm heading to Station 1 for vehicles.
At 11:06 a.m., a flare-up south of Boulder is reported near Marshall Road and Highway 93. Emergency personnel arrive on scene to what looks like a downed power line. Investigators later will learn that it was a telecommunications line and would have been unable to start a fire. At 11:12 a.m., with wind speeds now reaching 100 miles per hour, firefighters eventually locate a blaze south of their original location on Highway 93. Within 5 minutes, emergency personnel are calling for additional units.
Just south of Marshall Road on Highway 93, fire's moving through the property and it's going to be moving into some homes. I'm going to need additional units.
The fire is quickly growing out of control. Meanwhile, less than half a mile north, social media chatter seems to show a burning shed on a private property owned by a small Christian religious group known as 12 Tribes. The heavy winds are blowing ash and embers eastward. Minutes later, the call is given to begin evacuating everyone immediately east of the fire. At 12 o'clock p.m., rolling fires are spotted at Marshall and 66. At 12:13 p.m., dispatch receives word that people living on Cherokee Avenue in Superior are watching as flames quickly approach their backyards. Local businesses, including large retailers like Costco, are being evacuated. Authorities are now actively clearing out the entire town of Superior. Traffic is being rerouted, and law enforcement is dealing with heavy congestion as people flee the area. At 12:30 p.m., crews battling house fires at Cherokee Avenue and Fox Lane report that they are being overtaken by flames and must retreat.
Emergency traffic around Cherokee Avenue and Fox Lane. We have multiple houses on fire. We are backing out of here. We are in heavy fire.
And social media videos show a blaze crossing South 76th Street, and with drivers totally unaware of the danger they are in. Minutes later, at 12:45 p.m., the order is given for emergency personnel to stand down and to move to a safe location. Due to the size of the inferno, crews are unable to safely fight the flames. At 12:52 p.m., orders are given to continue evacuations as the fire continues to move east. By 3 o'clock p.m., the towns of Superior and Louisville are under a total evacuation order as flames run rampant in both communities. Over the course of the day, high winds gradually diminish. By 5:00 p.m. local time, crews start gaining control of the fire's outer edge and prevent it from spreading any further. However, homes and businesses will continue to burn throughout the night. The fires burned for another day before the snow that Boulder County was expecting finally arrived.
And unfortunately, although the fire was not large in terms of total area, by most fire standards, the damage was, in terms of loss of human property and economic damage and just, trauma and personal losses, was quite high.
Despite being only 6,219 acres in size, roughly 1,100 structures were destroyed or damaged. Property losses are estimated at $500 million. Tragically, 2 people perished in the fire. A breakdown analysis of the Colorado wildfire indicates some key fail points. The lack of clear evacuation process and planning led to heavy congestion on roads and highways that likely never envisioned this type of scenario. As the public began to ascertain the danger, the few evacuation routes became congested with heavy traffic. Secondly, approximately half of the local population received a reverse 911 call or a mobile phone alert with evacuation orders, resulting in half of the residents and businesses needing to assess the risk and devise their own evacuation plans. With the changing climate, wildfires are not only more common, but exist in more suburban areas that have never experienced them before, all over the country. Safety and security is essential for any urban plan. However, the Marshall Fire points to urban development outpacing the climate change reality.
Increase individual awareness of these are things you have to think about. Don't expect someone to come put it out. This is a real risk, and you need to think about this.